Okay, guys, let's take a look at some factoring problems for tonight. So on our first problem that we're going to start out with here, our big idea is, first of all, to figure out what case it is. So if it's a plus minus, that means it's case 3. And if it's case 3, that means that down here, one of these has to be plus and one of these has to be minus. Okay, now my job is to go through and factor that number right there. So if I factor 21, it's going to be 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. Okay, this piece right here, if it is case 3, I want to find a difference of positive 4 between the factors that are here. So if I think different, so 7 minus 3 would be 4, that would fit that difference. Since the 4 in the problem up here is positive, the bigger number, which is 7, is going to be the positive one, and the 3 is going to be the negative. Now the good piece about that is that lets me know exactly where to put those numbers. So this minus is going to have to come down here in the 3, and the plus 7 is going to have to go down here. So this is going to be my answer. Now remember, I should be able to take this and multiply it out, either doing FOIL or the shortcut method. And once we do that, you should be able to come back and get this answer of t squared plus 4t minus 21. So let's take a look at the next one. So if I have minus minus, that means that it's case 4. If it's case 4, then that means one of these has to be plus and one has to be minus. Also on this one, I'm going to take this number and factor it. Now the good news is when I factor 11, the only numbers are 1 and 11, which means I know I'm going to have to use those. If it is case 4 though, I want to put them together so there's a difference of negative 10. Now that means if negative 10 is my difference, the negative is going to go with the bigger number of 11, and the positive is going to go with the 1. Now that means that's going to tell me where these are going to go. So negative 11, so it's going to be t minus 11, plus 1 means it's going to be t plus 1. And that's going to be my final answer. Okay, let's try another case here. This is plus plus, so it's case 1. So that means that both of these are going to be pluses down here when I get done, because that's what case 1 does. I'm going to factor this number. So I'm going to factor 6. So I have 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. This is going to be my sum. So I want to choose pairs of numbers from the factor of 6 that are going to give me a sum of 5. So I'm going to choose 2 and 3. And because these both have plus signs, it doesn't matter which one goes where. So that's going to be your final answer. Okay, last one. If it's a minus plus, that means that it's case 2. If it's case 2, they're both subtraction on the end. Gonna factor this number. So 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. Now because it's case 2, they want a sum that's going to be 12 from these factors. So that means I'm going to choose 2 and 10. Because these are both subtraction, they can go in either place. But I'm going to put in 2 and 10. So that's going to be my final answer. Okay, be sure to look over your foldable, guys, tonight, and this will be your quiz tomorrow. See you then.